Okay, let's dive in. We've got some really interesting source material today. It's an excerpt from Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris. It's a historical account, comes from 2 Chronicles, chapter 14.
Mm-hmm.
And the situation it describes is, well, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. King Asa of Judah, he's facing this army that is just unbelievably huge.
Oh, absolutely. The text mentions Zerah the Ethiopian coming against Judah, and listen to this. 1,000,000 men.
1,000,000.
1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. I mean, back then, that's not just a big army. That's
Wow.
like an entire empire moving against you. It's, overwhelming odds. Impossible, really, by any standard military measure.
Right. Completely insurmountable, it looks like, right from the jump.
Yeah.
So I guess the big question this deep dive makes us ask is, well, when you're faced with something that feels that impossible,
Yeah.
like 1,000,000 times bigger than you feel you are,
Yeah.
how do you even start? What do you do? How does King Asa respond here?
Well, what's really striking, I think, in the narrative is that Asa doesn't just, lock himself up.
Right. Hide behind the walls.
Exactly. He doesn't just hope they go away. Despite these incredible numbers, the account says he goes out to meet them. He actually lines up his army for battle in the valley of Zephathah.
So he takes a step towards this massive problem.
Yeah.
And the real turning point here, it seems, according to this account,
Mm-hmm.
it isn't really about some clever military trick or a new weapon, is it?
No, not at all. It's about what he does before the battle truly gets underway.
Which is?
The pivotal moment described is when Asa cried out to the Lord his God for help. And the source really emphasizes this, calling it an act of incredible faith. Audacity of faith, I think, is the term used.
Audacity of faith. Okay, so he's standing there potentially looking at, 1,000,000 soldiers.
Yeah.
What gives him that kind of boldness?
Yeah, that confidence.
Yeah, confidence. To not just face them, but to actually call out like that.
Well, this account suggests his confidence wasn't really based on comparing army sizes, his guys versus their guys.
Right.
Instead, it presents this idea that Asa, he understood that life is actually controlled from a different realm, something beyond just the physical numbers.
Okay.
He seems to look past the enemy's obvious, visible advantage.
And his prayer, which is recorded right here in the source,
Mm-hmm.
it really captures that, doesn't it?
It does.
He says, "Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude.
Mm-hmm. Powerful words.
O Lord, thou art our God. Let not man prevail against thee." I mean, he's basically reframing the whole conflict.
Exactly. It's not his army versus 1,000,000 anymore.
Yeah.
It's positioned as like this human force trying to prevail against God himself.
He's putting his trust completely in God's name,
Uh-huh.
recognizing God's power over what looks like, undeniable human strength.
His reliance is just elsewhere,
Right.
completely elsewhere, not on his own capabilities.
So what happens next? According to this source, it's pretty extraordinary.
It really is. The text says the Lord intervenes directly. God smote the Ethiopians right there before Asa and his army.
Smote them so they just broke.
They broke and fled.
Yeah.
And Asa and his men, they didn't just let them run. They pursued them relentlessly.
Wow.
And the victory wasn't just, pushing them back. The source says they were utterly overthrown, destroyed, so much so they couldn't recover.
Utterly overthrown.
Yeah, and Judah ended up taking away huge amounts of spoils. And interestingly, it says the fear of the Lord fell on the surrounding nations too, because of what they saw happen.
So you start with impossible odds.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the step of, what was it? Audacious faith.
Audacious faith.
A reliance on something beyond the physical, the visible.
Right.
And the result described here is total victory. Overwhelming victory, even leading to prosperity and this broader impact.
Yeah, the core takeaway that this historical account presents is pretty powerful, I think. Basically, when you're faced with challenges that just seem too big, completely overwhelming, the message is don't flinch, don't be moved. The instruction is to place your focus, your reliance, on God. Because through that reliance, the narrative here is simple. You always prevail.
It really offers a perspective where the true battle isn't necessarily the one you can see right in front of you.
Exactly. It shifts the focus.
So thinking about this account then,
Yeah.
King Asa, that 1,000,000-man army, here's maybe something for you, the listener, to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Based on this story, what practical difference could it actually make in your own life, your own challenges, if you shifted your focus from just how big or impossible a problem seems,
Right, from the physical size of it.
yeah, to instead relying on, let's say, help from beyond just that visible physical realm? What might change?
For more information on how you can grow spiritually using Rhapsody of Realities, please visit our website, www.rhapsodyofrealities.org, or you can also visit rin.rhapsodyofrealities.org/salvation. Thank you.